Hey there, half-assed travelers. We're coming to you from Hershey, Pennsylvania, America's largest RV show, and we're in the Renegade section. I don't think we've had more requests for any other manufacturer than Renegade, and it's really great that they have all of these compact Class Cs set up here because they've done something really exciting for the 2026 model year, and that is they have changed over from the Mercedes 3500 chassis to the Mercedes 4500 chassis, and they have not added any additional weight to their units. So what has that done to our cargo capacity? It has just about doubled the cargo capacity in all of these units. You're going to see, we post the numbers at the bottom of the screen for the OCCC. You're going to see some really high numbers. We had concerns on these Mercedes chassis with these compact Class Cs for cargo capacity. We've done a couple videos on it. You may be tired of hearing it, but I can tell you right now, this is a step in the right direction. So we're going to take a look at 3 different models, and we're going to take you with us.
Hey there, I'm Rose.
And I'm Dan. And we are the Half-Assed Travelers.
We have a special treat for you today because we've got Gordon here from Renegade RV, and he's going to tell us all about what is so special under your feet in these units. Take it away, Gordon.
Yeah, hey folks, at Renegade, we're all about aligning with the best vendors possible for the best products available to make sure that we're building the best possible quality coach. So it all starts with the foundation, just like your house. If you have a strong foundation in your house, you got a really nice house. Bad foundation, bad house. So we start with the foundation. This is a sample that we brought. This is actually the floor in this unit, and it starts with aluminum construction, but I purposely didn't vacuum bond this halfway so that we could pull this apart and you can see inside all the insulation that we packed that with. But these are the products I'm talking about. This is impact guard. This goes on the bottom where all the road debris and rocks are hitting. And this is super durable. You can't puncture this. It's just exceptional product quality. So it starts there, and then on the floor side, this is a six layer woven material that they cross weave to the point where they don't even need to use adhesive on that product because they cross weave it, and it just makes it super tight naturally and organically. But these products are not cheap. They're more expensive, but at Renegade we'd rather spend more money to get better products so that you get a better quality product at the end of the line. So that's how we roll at Renegade.
We kind of wish that all the manufacturers were doing that. Maybe they'll take a clue from this and and change their procedures as well. We really appreciate it, Gordon, you taking the time to talk to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The first unit we're going to be looking at is the Renegade, the 2026 Vienna 25 RML. And as you can see from the styling, it's beautiful. We love these designs, these graphics. They just catch your eye. We love the contrast between the dark and the silver. And we also love these frameless windows that are flush to the side. Just a beautiful RV from the outside. Renegade does it right. If you've seen their Super Cs, they go from completely no graphics on them at all to really fantastic graphics on the Super Cs, and they still manage to make even the ones with no graphics beautiful. All right, we're going to start on the outside. We're going to skip the door for right now. Let's take a look what's behind door number 1. I knew that was going to be there. All right, this is one of Rose's favorite features on the RV. Yep, we got the TV outside, and it has a sound bar and a remote. This is right in front of the living area where you'd be setting up at your picnic table or any tables that you bring. There's an LP Quick Connect here, so you can connect your grill without having to go up under the coach and fuss around down there. That's a great feature. Now look at these handles they've got. This is a completely metal handle. They keep one of these handles laying around here somewhere. I could probably grab it, but they let people see just how heavy it is, because this is all metal. This isn't plastic. It's not something that's going to break. The doors are very sturdy. They open out to the side, and that's a rather large storage compartment. We could definitely fit our camping chairs in there, right, Rose?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you've got exhaust for your water and cabin heaters here. And as we move to the back, Another large storage container, and you see the light came on when I opened that. That's a nice feature as well. You don't have to fuss around trying to find the light switch in the dark. And another storage container back here, relatively deep, and there's a couple 120 plugs in there as well. Let's go around back. The rear of the Vienna is beautiful. They continue those graphics all the way around to the back. You can see they've got the trailer hitch there. And then right around here, you've got your umbilical for your shore power, as well as all of the water connections. You got your black and gray tank dumps right where they need to be. Tank flush system, emergency shutoff for the propane. All right, this is a full wall slide on this side. So I'm gonna have to get on my hands and knees and show you what's in these cabinets underneath. All right, right here. Whoa, we got a Freedom inverter charger as well as a storage compartment behind it. We would probably put our leveling blocks here. That's probably what we would use that space for. And then right here, you can see the massive battery power they have in here. That's pretty much becoming a standard feature in these higher end compact Class Cs. We're getting a lot of lithium batteries, and which is giving us a lot more options when it comes to boondocking and going out and living a little bit off the grid, but not totally off the grid. Ready to go inside, Rose? Let's do it. Before we go in, we just wanted to mention that this particular model is known as the Aero model. It's aerodynamic. You're going to see it's a little bit smaller up over the cab, but there's no sleeping area over the driver's compartment. We're going to show you the option for the bunk setup right after this video, so stay tuned. All right, you got look at this, keyless entry system. And did you see how the lights came on as soon as my finger touched it? That's great, because a lot of times we're coming back to our RV in the middle of the night. Love that feature. You've got a 2-step automatic step coming out, which means there's only 1 step inside. All right, Rose. This is our first time coming in here. First thing I notice is the floor. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah, these fake tile floors, really nice. Now look over here between the driver's seats. You've got this little table here. Now that's good that there's a table, because a lot of times people think that this seat here, once it's turned around, is not usable space. But as we found in our Wayfarer, these seats are really especially comfortable. So I've got no problem with these seats. And ours come with a cushion. I believe these come with a cushion also to raise you up a little bit so you're not quite so sitting in this position where your knees are in your chest. Let's talk about the Mercedes chassis. I don't need to get up in there because we have a Mercedes and I'm familiar with it. But those of you who have watched our channel know that we love the Mercedes. The driving position is great. They're very comfortable and they keep the noise down a lot. If you look up on the dash, you're going to see what looks like a vent up there. That is not part of the AC system. That's a collision avoidance system. There's a camera on the front of that pointed forward, and the radar between that and the radar, it provides warnings if you're going to hit something. And that's great, especially for us when we're driving around half fast most of the time. Right, Rose?
Yep.
Everything else is pretty much standard. You got the usual storage under the dash and up over the visors. We just wish that it had the USB ports on the dash, but that's a Mercedes issue, not a Renegade issue. And up over the driver's compartment, because this is the Aero, this is storage. And a lot of storage it is. It's all carpeted. And let's talk about these cabinets, because the hinges are pretty substantial. They've also got this locking mechanism here on the sides and a friction lock system that holds it in place. So it's got the 3 things that we like to see. Oh, it has a second door over here. More accessibility. And this is just a flush wood. I don't know if it's actual wood. It looks like it might be composite. Oh no, that's wood. It's a flush wood cabinet. Really nice, very simple. Over the door, a lot of times when you see the doors on these RVs, and this one has the screen door, and it has just a clear glass window, but no shade on there. Well, guess what? The shade is over here. So we wish we had this, because we don't have a shade at all on ours. But if you're wondering where the shade is on the door, they put it up here, which is a great use of that. So while we're here, let's talk about the kitchen. We'll start with the kitchen this time, right, Rose? Because I know you're eyeballing this. The under-counter lights. Wow, how elegant does this look? Yeah, and this is one of Rose's favorite features. A little bit of extra counter space. And they cut it a little short because you've got all your controllers here for the unit running up and down. It's nice that they put it there because you can access it while you're standing outside, which is a great feature. Love this countertop. Very simplistic. And this is the same sink we have. that we know and love. And how about that high faucet?
Yeah.
Rose's eyeballing it. There's a lot of counter space here. This is a very deep kitchen counter. And look at all this counter space. You could put an air fryer. You could fit your coffee maker. You've got the pop-up outlets here with 2 USB-As and a double induction cooktop over here on the side. Storage over top for all your spices. And then we've got cabinets which lock in the up position because of this. And they use a magnet lock on these. But there's also a little bit of a lip here, so less risk of something coming through there. And then to the left of that, we've got the flat panel TV, which is facing the dinette across the way with a sound bar. Up under the sink, there's your garbage can, Rose. Wow, that is a big storage area.
Yeah.
That is a ton of storage under there. We're liking that. Whoa! All right. Yeah, breaking stuff again. Okay, so these are just some dividers that they put in here. Really nice to have. I know it sounds loud, but I'm not breaking anything really. And then a small drawer here and some venting. Let's look at this fridge because it looks familiar. This is Norcold. Yeah, this is the same fridge we have.
Norcold.
Yep,
Yeah.
same fridge we have in our Wayfarer. We love this fridge. It's great, and I think this is the same microwave we have as well. Yeah, high-end stuff they're using in these Renegades. Continuing back along the side, let's see what we got here. I can't even. There we go. Look at that pantry. Look how wide that is. Oh my God, that is a really spacious pantry. Digging that. What do we got down here? Oh, more storage underneath. There's plenty of storage over here next to the kitchen. Across from the kitchen in that long slide we saw on the driver's side, this one has a dinette. These cushions, look how thick they are, and you see how soft they are. I just kind of sank into this dinette. Now, a lot of times we like the cushions in the dinette to be kind of high on our back, but this is all right. It's right about at shoulder blade level. Not bad. There's a little bit of a cushion here between your seating and the wall, so you're not up against the wall. That's a good thing as well. This does, of course, turn into a bed. You got these valances. What do you think about these? They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. You got the shade here, of course. But yeah, it's really nice. These big windows, you can get a lot of air in here, especially when you open the windows behind the kitchen counter. Get some cross ventilation. Same type of cabinets over here. You've got a magnet close system, substantial hinges, and then these locking mechanisms that keep the doors open. Always a plus. Renegade's using great cabinetry. We're liking that. There's some 120 volt plugs over there on the wall. And also, another feature we like is the window. We love when they have the window in the side of the slide because it takes you from like a 45-degree view to almost a 180-degree view. And it's just by adding one little window, they make it feel so much more airy and light in here. Now, usually you'll see drawers underneath the dinette, and this one doesn't look like it has any, but it actually does because there's no handles on these drawers. Now, this one's got a cushion inside, but you can see how deep that drawer goes. It looks like it's going the entire length of the seat, and I think we got another one back here. Yep, there it is. So yes, there are drawers under here, under the dinette, and you see where the step is to the dinette. It's safely under there, so you're already sitting by the time you hit that step. So there's no tripping hazard there. There's a little valance on this window too, I like it. And what do you think of this frame around the slide, huh?
Yeah, it's very nice.
It is. I like the white. I like the light color. It's really nice. And it also goes nicely with this. You seen this before?
No.
Kind of coat hangers. You close this when you're getting ready to close the slide. Although I think that if you forgot to close these, I don't think the slide would hit it. No, it wouldn't. You definitely want to take whatever coat you have hanging on it off before you try to close the slide, but I don't think it's going to hit it. It does have the 120 volt plugs here, 2 of them, and also over there on the other side of the bed. Now, in case you hadn't figured it out already, this isn't just a sofa. This is a Murphy bed unit. All right, so you unlock the Murphy bed here and here, and then this bed comes down over top of the sofa. Doesn't appear to be a mechanical one. Hang on, let me look before I break something. Let me see if there's a control here. Sometimes they put them in the weirdest places. I don't know, we're gonna do some trial and error right now. All right, we figured it out. Through the magic of video editing, this was immediate, but it took us a couple seconds to figure out how to do this. We're gonna take those cushions off. And then this is a jackknife couch. So you can sleep on it like this, but you can also use it to open up the bed. All right, and these cushions All right, hang on. Yeah, there we go. So it is a little bit of, I don't want to say a chore to do, but you do have a little bit of stuff that you need to do to make sure that this bed goes down the right way. And there we go. And look at the size, how thickness of this mattress.
Very thick.
Yeah, that's a nice thick mattress. Now there is a window behind the bed, as you can see. The bedding just happened to pull down, but yeah. There's a window up behind it. There's also a cushion back there and a couple of, I don't know if you can see it, Rose. You got to lift the camera up to see the nightstands with some reading lights over top. And then you've got little cabinets on both sides. Everything's here you need. It's really nice. And we like the fact that the bed is so thick because then you don't need a memory foam, which is always a plus. I'm going to put this back together and then we're going to look at the bathroom. All right, we got that done. And now we're going to take a look in the bathroom. What do you think of the mirror in the door? I think it's a good thing. Not bad. If nothing else, it makes it look a lot larger in here. Okay, the bathroom. Let's go. I'm going to go in the shower. We've got a rectangular shower pan. Now this one's a little bit longer, I think. I'll put the dimensions on the screen. A little bit longer side to side than some of the other rectangular ones we've seen. And this has the sliding glass door. It looks beautiful, but with these doors, we always worry about rattling when you're going down the road. So we're kind of partial to the retractable sliding shower, but there is a nice soap holder here, and this is just beautiful. It looks as fake marble. You got the shower wand. Everything's here you need. It's just a little bit tight. Now I'm 6'1" with my sneakers on, and you can see my head is up here into the skylight. There's no problem there. Let's look at the toilet. Okay, not bad. That's porcelain. All right, plenty of seating space here. This is pretty standard. There's the toilet paper holder right inside the drawer, the cabinet. I like that. Small sink, like the countertop. Let's see, does this open? Of course. Medicine cabinet. Light fixture over top. Got, excuse me, got a towel holder and then another towel holder. And then here, let me take the camera from here so I can show them that there is storage behind the door. And this is a huge wardrobe. It's very large. Yeah, and carpeted. Beautiful. And then below that is the fuse box and breaker box. Hi, Rose. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. The lady behind the camera. Up overhead in the passenger compartment, you got the AC unit right there, and it is all ducted throughout the unit. You got a fan there. And look at this fixture here. Just that little thing with that kind of accent lighting behind it. LED lights all throughout, and it's a padded roof, although my head is not coming anywhere near it. There's plenty of headroom in this unit. Overall, we really like the Renegades. The quality is there. It's definitely there. The cabinetry seems to us like it's going to be durable and last a while. And as far as the design and decor goes, I don't know, Rose, you like the white, don't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this whole unit is really light. All right, we're going to take a look at the option. They have another one here with the bed over the driver's side option. So let's go take a look at that. So in addition to having the cab over bunk, this unit has actually one of the options of the theater seating with the pull-out cup holder. So I'm glad we came over here, Rose. And also has the darker cabinets. Now we're fans of the white. You can see the difference though now that we've come in here. The under counter lighting does a good job of lightening it up in here, but this will give you an idea of the two trims, the white cabinets versus the brown cabinets. So I'm glad we got a chance to show you that. Also, take a look at this. Where there was a wall of wood here and a cabinet, there is now a bed here. So this is what you get when you take the option of the cab over bunk. You got more sleeping area for the little ones or even adults. This looks like a pretty good size where two adults could definitely fit up there. That's not always the case. You do have a couple 120 plugs here, USB-A and USB-C, as well as coax cable and a bunk light switch to turn that bunk light on and off. That's a nice feature, and it's all padded. So if somebody sits up in the middle of the night, they're not going to damage themselves when they're, conk their head on it. So yeah, glad we got to show you that. All right, let's take a look at a completely different floor plan. The next unit we're going to be looking at is the 2026 Vienna 25 FWC. Now this one's a little bit lighter. I kind of like it, Rose. The white pops. It's got those same chrome rims, but this is not, by the way, this is not a decal. Renegade uses, this is paint. Okay, they don't use any decals or stickers. Even their logo on the back, even their badging is painted on. Just wanted to mention that. We didn't mention it on the last one, but that's one of those quality things that just make them a little bit higher quality than some of the other units we look at. This has the same huge awning overhead with the LED strip on the outside of the awning. Very similar setup here as far as the TV goes. You got the TV and the sound bar and your liquid propane connect here. Let's take a look behind this. Yep, same large cabinetry right above the exhaust pipe and the exhaust from the cabin heater. And then you got your Onan 3600 LP generator. What do you think's back here? More storage? Yep. Another storage compartment there. And you see it's got a pass through if you wanted to pass something down through the bottom. And that's a good thing too. Coming around the back. Wow, see, beautiful. Love this design. It's just gorgeous. Just got a trailer hitch back here. That's it. Very simple. Lights, graphics, a backup camera, trailer hitch. Good to go. Now you can see this slide. Look at this right at the back. The last slide, you remember there was a gap there. This is the largest slide of the units that we're going to show you today. And yeah, it runs the entire length. There is a kind of a cutaway, if you can see it under there at the back, which gives you a little better option to this compartment underneath the umbilical for the shore power. This is that water compartment. One thing I want to point out to you, these are not stickers. This tank fill and gray tank dump, that has been stamped out. So these stickers can't fade away. You're not going to lose them. You're not going to forget which is which. All that is, it's just one of those little design features that Renegade does that is just a cut above. You don't really see it much in other units. Let's check out those under cabinet storage. Well, Rose, I'm going to start with this one because I don't have to crawl under the slide to get to this storage bin. All right, it's not bad. Okay, it goes here. You saw the light come on when I opened it. It's pretty high. Actually, I can't even reach the roof. Oh, it goes all the way to the top of the slide. If you got something very long that you need to store, that's actually a very innovative way to store it in the vertical position. Going down. Follow me, Rose. All right, it's locked. Oh, these are both locked. Okay, but there are storage compartments under there. They just happen to be locked. I wish they would have told me that before I got down there on my hands and knees. Ready to go inside, Rose?
Yep.
Let's go. All right, we're getting ready to go inside, but just wanted to point you out, Rose pointed it out actually. Sometimes I miss the little things. This camera here, it's on both sides, helps you with your passing. All right, you got a keyless entry system as on the other unit. Automatic steps coming down. So 3 steps in, nice grab handle here. Screen door, regular door, and pretty similar driving compartment setup. Right here, Rose is still infatuated with that extra countertop for the kitchen. But yeah, same setup here in the Mercedes. Now you see this one is the bunk over bed or the cab over bed. So this is also available in the Aero, but they don't have one here, but you can picture it. It's just that long wall of wood with the cabinet in the middle. Wow, look at this. All right, this is nice. This is a long couch. This is a long sofa. Wow, and comfortable. This is a kind of, it's not a leather. I don't know what you would even call this. It's leather-like, but it seems very durable. It's got that same little system where the cup holders come out, but this one is a little bit wider. So that's nice. I like the light color of it. It's really, really good. And look at this table. Now this is a Lagoon table because it's got the Lagoon table mounts. So they move pretty much any which way you want to move them. But it's nice. It's got this little, it's got texture to it. So that keeps stuff from sliding off of the tabletop when you're here. Got the window on both sides, or the window here and the window behind you, just like in the other unit we saw. Very similar. The valance over the window, very similar. And then you got overhead cabinets. What do you think of the texture on these cabinets, hon? It kind of looks like oatmeal to me. I don't know what other way to describe it. It's a wood, but it's kind of got this like splotchy, like almost paisley look to it, doesn't it? Next to that, all right, let's pull this open because the pantry's on this side in this unit. Yeah, and then you've got the other storage compartment underneath. So similar to what we've seen, just not the same. And then you've got a wardrobe and 3 drawers. Yeah, very nice. Now we didn't mention before, I don't think, but you have the dovetail joints on these cabinets. These are very high quality cabinets. Now the only thing I don't see on this is a latch to keep the door closed, to keep the drawer closed. But other than that, they're soft closed. They're beautiful. Love this texture. I'm liking it the more I see it. Let's talk about the kitchen. In this floor plan, the kitchen's a little bit more compact, so you're going to make some good use of this counter extension. But it does have that same large sink that we saw, and a good high faucet, and the pop-up plug, as well as the dual induction cooktop. It's just you don't have all that space for your air fryer and your coffee maker and whatnot. It's got the nice, just a single shelf here for your spices, and then a cabinet up over top. You've got the flat panel TV and a sound bar above the sink, and a large storage spot for your garbage can under the sink, as well as those same pull-out drawers that I like to destroy in all the RVs. Oh, this one's a little longer. Remember the last one was more like a square, this one's more rectangular. That same Norcold refrigerator with a separate freezer, and a microwave oven that is also a convection oven. You can tell by this thing. This is different. We're gonna keep going, look at this. Here's part of the bathroom, right out here. Okay, behind the curtain that you can block off the sleeping compartment from the forward compartment, you've got this small sink and storage under the sink, as well as, is this a medicine cabinet or is this just a mirror? It's a medicine cabinet, and it's a big one at that, with a light fixture overhead and a little bit of a towel holder. Now, we don't usually do this first, but let's go in the bathroom now that we're gonna, it looks like half the bathroom's outside. It's a corner bath, but it's different because there's no sink in it. Okay, the mirrors on the door. It looks like the same size shower that we saw in the last unit. So it's a little bit wider rectangular. It's got those same sectional glass doors. Is that glass? That looks like a tempered glass. Shower wand, identical shower, except for you see the toilet's facing the other way. I don't think it matters. Yeah, plenty of room. Porcelain, toilet paper holder. You just don't have the sink in here. So if you do you brush your teeth while you're sitting, then you're gonna need to do that separately. Across from the bathroom, okay, here's the bed. Looks like a pedestal bed to me. Yep. All right, so it's a pedestal bed. You just flip that up so you can, when you put the slide in. And let's see, is this storage under here? Oh no, that is screwed down. So no, they're not using that for storage. There's probably mechanical systems under there. Yeah, no storage there. That's a bummer. Seems like a waste of good space. You've got your coat racks back here. You remember on the other one, they were at the back of the slide because the slide wasn't so long. Flat panel TV. We do like the window on the side of the slide. If that's padded, the headrest is padded, and you've got storage compartments up over top. Reading lights. Let's see. Oh, a little shelf on both sides. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Little shelf on both sides. I'm looking for the power. Do you see it? Where is it at? Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay, yep, here on this side too. 120 plugs and USB-A. Is there a USB-C there? Yep, USB-C as well. So everybody's getting into the newfangled USB-Cs, and we're happy to see that because it seems like that's the way everybody's going. It's a little tight getting around the bed, as you can see. Yeah, but and if you're wondering how this slide works, when the slide comes in, this piece stays where it is, and the bed slides over top of it. So that's going to be the same amount of room that you have, so you will be able to access the bathroom with the slide in. A lot of people ask that. Overall, it's a very different floor plan from the last one. It doesn't have the Murphy bed. We're kind of partial to a Murphy bed, but if you like the pedestal bed, you definitely should check this unit out. Now, we are partial to the theater seating. We definitely like that. That's a plus for us. So yeah, there's things we like about this unit, things maybe we could do without. Also the bunk over there, we would probably go with the Aero just because we're not usually traveling with others. But if you have kids with you, they're gonna have so much fun up there in their little bunk bed. All right, we got one more unit to show you. Without further ado, let's go. The last unit we're going to be looking at is the 2026 Vienna 25 TBN. It's a completely different floor plan than the others we've seen today, and I think you're really going to like it. We're going to start on the outside again. This has the kind of darker silver or darker gray with the silver accents and dark gray accents. Like that. Look at these running boards, Rose. Didn't mention those. Like that. That's kind of a meaty off-road look. I always like that. All right. It's got the TV in here. Now, one thing we didn't mention about these TVs, because frankly, we didn't know until we saw this one, but there's a magnet in here. You pull this TV, and it actually comes out and rotates. So if your seating area needs to be back a little bit, then everybody can still see it, and it brings the sound out as well. That is a really great feature. We like that. I wish we had that in ours. Yeah, that would be cool. And up underneath, storage. Oh, here's that handle I was talking about. Remember in the first unit, I said that they give you an example of the metal handle? This is heavy. This is a couple pounds. Here, Rose, feel that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is a substantial handle. And you can see the operating mechanism. Very simple mechanism, but all metal. That's great. I'm glad we found that. Moving along the back. There's your Onan 3.6K liquid propane generator. Storage compartment with the automatic light. Ooh, what's this? Oh, all right. We found another pass-through storage. It's like a little mini garage. Yeah, okay. That's great. We mentioned if you're storing items that are very long, this is actually a better option than the one we saw on the other slide. But yeah, that's great. Love seeing that. Same rear. I like this little bit of blue they add. It just adds a little touch of color that a lot of times you don't see color on these units, but they definitely do here. All right, here's the other side of that storage bin. Yep, goes all the way through, automatic lights. And then under here, that same standard black gray tank, gate valves, and all your water hookups. Here's the umbilical for your shore power. You got your exhaust for your cabin heater and water heaters. Now look, it's just a little mini slide, Rose. Huh? Little mini slide. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I didn't mention also there's sewer hose storage back there too. Rose just pointed that out. Okay, so here's the storage compartments we couldn't show you in the last unit, but they also put the batteries and inverters in these. Oh, there they are. So this is what you didn't get to see in the last unit. Lithium batteries and inverters. Yeah, like the little mini slide, huh? I think that this might be a little less prone to disaster than some of those monster super slides. All right, you ready to go inside?
Of course.
Let's do it. All right, so looks like everything's the same here. Same door, same keyless entry. Okay, same Mercedes chassis. Now, if you were really paying attention out there when we were showing you the outside, you would notice that this is the Aero unit. So you do have this cabinetry over the driver's compartment. And this is pretty much the same as the other unit, the first unit we saw. However, that's where the similarities end. Because take a look over here. You got kind of like a, what is this? What you call this? A love seat, kind of recliner, I don't know, combo. But I can tell you, they are recliners and they are automatic. I know they don't look most comfortable, but they are. This is pretty cushy. I know it doesn't look like it. Definitely is. It's a soft material. I'm not sure I like the color though. The gray is just, it is. I mean, you have to really like the person that you're sitting with. You know, I'm a big guy, so I'm kind of leaning over into Rose's side, but yeah, I mean, they're doing what they can with the space they have available, and there's a reason why this is so small, because remember you saw the slide outside from the outside wasn't the largest, because the other thing they fit in the slide on this side is that Dometic or that Norcold refrigerator. So this is riding the slide along with the recliners, love seat, and then you've got your pantry here. And we might as well keep going. Oh, 2 pantries. That's nice. And then you've got a small sink here across from the bathroom. It's a bathroom sink, but what more of a sink do you need in the bathroom? Because you've also got a sink in the kitchen, and then a medicine cabinet mounted in the corner over top with some storage underneath the sink, and a little towel holder as well. All right, before we go into that part of the bathroom, though, let's show you the kitchen. The kitchen has a sort of, it wants to be an L-shaped kitchen. If there was more space in this unit, you could have a little kind of an L shape. It does have that Rose's extra counter space there, as well as the big sink and the same faucet. They're using that faucet and the sink for a reason, because they're really cool. It's still got the pop-up 120 with 2 USB A's. But like the last one, it has a limited counter space, not as much as the first one. It does have a dual induction cooktop, and then the microwave convection oven. This looks like a pot and pan drawer. Oh, this is the same loud drawer. Pots and pans. There's kind of a half drawer there, probably because the sink is there, and then a little bit longer drawer there, and kind of a small compartment. So as far as under the sink compartments in this, it is a little lacking storage in the kitchen. I guess that's why they added that second pantry back there, to kind of make up for that. Over top, you've got the shelf here for your spices or whatever, and then another cabinet here. Look, they're already started with their perfect spot for putting chips. And you've got the flat panel TV with soundbar here. Let's see if does this move too? Of course. Okay, so these TVs are also on a kind of a hinge, so you can move them around a bit. And then you can see all the power stuff behind them. And coax cable. Ooh, and that goes in nicely because it's a magnet, just pulled it right in there. Okay, now we can talk about the bathroom. This is the controller for the unit. We don't really point these out when we do our walkthroughs, because they're getting so commonplace now. But we'll go ahead and point that one out. All right, bathroom door. Here it comes. The big reveal. Mirror on both sides. Okay. All right, now we're talking. This is the same kind of rectangular shower we've seen in the other Class Cs, but this is the shower door we were talking about. This is the one we like. This is the same one we have. It's very easy. When it gets wet, all the water just runs down to the bottom into the pan. It's got that same shower wand system, little towel rack here. It's not the biggest shower. I would call this standard rectangular Class C fare right here. But we love as we said before, love the faux marble. And there's plenty of room for the toilet and the shower. That's porcelain. And I like the fact that the sink is outside the bathroom. It makes it so if somebody's trying to get ready and somebody needs to use the bathroom, you're not constantly pushing each other out of those spaces. So there's advantages to everything, disadvantages as well. All right, this unit is divided into 2 very separate spaces. We've already shown you the living area and kitchen. Now this part back here, you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it, I think, because this is the rear twin beds that turns into mega bed. Once you put this thing across here, it can turn into a mega bed using these cushions, and that's a very big bed area. I like the rear twin bed setup. I think it's a great design. We've seen before where this end of the bed kind of lifts up, comes up at an angle. I think that was in the Fleetwood. So I kind of like to see that, but this is more of a sofa seating area. You can see there's windows facing both ways. You can get a cross ventilation in here. It's nice. Rose just showed you the flat panel TV. And I'm going to show you some of the cabinetry because there's a lot of storage and a lot of it's overhead. So you got those 2 cabinets there. You got a little smaller compartment here. Some shelving here. There's a lot of 120 plugs in here. There's 2 here. There's 2 here. Reading lights. Matching cabinet on this side. And these cabinets here. And another wardrobe right here. So did I show them this wardrobe too behind the TV? No. So it's pretty much matching on both sides. So there's no fighting over who gets which side because one side has more storage, right, Rose?
Right.
Oh, even more storage under the beds. Okay, so that's a plus. Now this is kind of a half storage, but that's a big drawer there. That's really deep. And this one's really deep. So plenty of storage back here. They kind of don't do it with wall cabinets like we've seen in the other units. They're doing it with the overhead cabinets and the under bed cabinets. Overall, though, it's a really nice design. This is how the bed is set up. We'll go ahead and show you that. That just comes down. Look how easy that is. And then it just goes away when you're done using it. Oh, nice design. I love the white cabinets. I know Rose does too. It's so light and airy in here. The AC unit is here, the intake, but it is ducted throughout the unit. and there's LED lights everywhere, as well as that padded ceiling. This one happens to be white, very light. Overall, I mean, you're talking about apples and oranges when you're comparing these units that are divided. I call it divided into two by this bathroom space. It does provide an area where you can get away. Like if you really, like there's some days when we just have had enough of hanging out together. It'd be nice.
Hey.
I don't mean that in a bad way. It's kind of good sometimes to do your own thing. So it is nice somebody could be back here reading, somebody back here in here watching TV. It gives you a little separation, and it's not bad. We kind of like our theater seating, and this is a good kind of hybrid option. It's kind of a compromise. They're not as wide, but they do have the recline. So yeah, it's just a matter of where your priorities lie, like everything else. We do like the white cabinets, and of course, the Renegade quality. Everything in here is really high quality. We've done some reviews of some pretty crappy compact Class Cs. Well, I can tell you these Renegades are the other side of the spectrum. They are beautiful. We love the designs. We love the Renegades. And they're known for the quality too. I don't think we're gonna get many arguments in the comments. A lot of times people comment, you know, they think all RVs are crap. I don't know how you could call this crap. It's beautiful. Now, you're gonna pay for that beauty though. So you need to make sure that you're shopping around, make sure you get the best price. Well, we hope you enjoyed that look at these brand new 2026 Renegade Viennas. We're really excited about their moving from the 3500 to the 4500 Mercedes chassis. As you saw, the cargo capacities on the last unit over 2,000 pounds. That is such an improvement over other units up till 2025. So we're so happy to see that they're moving in that direction. We love the quality of the Renegades. Renegade makes a great product. If you're looking for a compact Class C, then you definitely want to make sure that you give this brand a close inspection. If you enjoyed that video, we hope you'll consider subscribing. And if you do, make sure you ring that bell for notifications so you'll be told every time we post a new video. Also, those thumbs up mean a lot. Every like we get helps us with the YouTube algorithm. We would appreciate that too. It helps support the channel. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. All right, we will see you guys in the next video.